In 2014, it is rare to see someone out in public reading a printed physical copy of a book or newspaper. It is by far more common to see people reading books, magazines, newspapers, and newsletters on their own personal ebook devices, whether it be an iPad, Kindle, Nook, and etc. In the past 10 years, the invention of ebooks has certainly changed the way many Americans read and go about purchasing these books. The importance of ebooks versus the importance of printed books has become a widely publicized debate since Amazon first began selling and distributing the Kindle. On both sides of the spectrum, there are definitely pros and cons of each reading method. As an avid reader from both a Kindle and printed books, I can attest to the positives and negatives of each, but personally, I believe that printed books hold a certain importance over ebooks. Yes, it is true that ebook devices have not been available long enough to determine which method has had a bigger impact on society, but so far the publication of paper books as well as newspapers have proved to thrive in the 500-year-old business. To me, the aesthetics of a printed book is lost when replaced by an ebook. With every book comes a cover which typically includes an array of different fonts, colors, and pictures that are pleasing to the eye depending on the type of book it is. I remember as a young kid I would browse to the library and choose books based on a cover and how colorful they were. One cannot have that same experience while browsing for ebooks online. Although most ebooks have a cover, you simply cannot flip the book over and stare at the cover the same way you can with physical books. Another aspect is lost in the tactfulness of the book. When one is physically holding a book, they feel the weight of a book and feel how far throughout the book they are by the thickness of pages they have read. One can almost sense the quality of the paper, unlike the feeling of a plastic, expensive ebook device. The materials of a book, such as the inner hinge that hold the pages together and front cover board, represent something of care put into the production of the book. Kindles, Nooks, and other devices can be very convenient when not wanting to carry the weight of a book. They still lack the tactile and visual experience of holding and flipping through pages in a physical book. As John Pavlik describes in his book, Converging Media, A New Introduction to Mass Communications, he says, "Sometimes we read for specific knowledge, sometimes we read for the sheer joy of it. The printed page can offer an escape or diversion, allowing us to travel to exotic places or distant planets, where we can encounter fantastic creatures and memorable people. A film version of a favorite novel often disappoints because the locations and characters fail to resemble what we originally imagined." I would definitely agree with Pavlik on that. Whenever I want to relax, I always find a good book and unwind. Rarely do I ever pick up my computer or my phone and say, now this is going to allow me to relax. If anything, digital devices bring more stress and feeling of pressure to constantly check my social media accounts as well as my school email for schoolwork. While some people relax with their phone, I choose to relax with a printed book, but to each their own. A certain type of social interaction is also lost when purchasing ebooks online instead of physically borrowing books on bookshelves or searching for them in store in the library like someone does. One does not get the chance to run into others who are also purchasing books or simply get the feeling of being in the presence of several books, which is a feeling that I personally love. Overall, both ebooks and printed books contain some type of feature that each other does not have, but the act of reading a book or newspaper cannot be compared to the act of reading an online newspaper or ebook. It lacks both the emotional experience of reading and holding a personal favorite book and the social experience one gets while searching through bookstores and the bookshelves at a local library. I do believe printed books can survive in the era of digital convergence. As Pavlik states in page 73, reflecting remarkable media convergence are some series of books authored by women around the world that have been or are soon to be blockbuster movies or major television series. It is obvious that several books give the directors the chance to direct a film based on a plot from a book, so even if printed books would decrease in obscurity, so would movie ideas. Some of the best movies were originally books. In that sense, it seems like they are correlated and have an intimate type of relationship. Even though I am a person who is open to trying new modern technologies, the art of a printed book holds a special place in society.